Another thing you need to consider is, how has your company made decisions in the past? There are many common approaches to making decisions based on the scientific method and the alternatives and studying the data. You need to be aware that your boss or your company culture might be based on tradition. Have you ever heard of, we've always done it this way, so why do we need to do it another way? Well, when it comes to big data, data science, you might be in a company that resists or the understanding or use of data because they've never done data analysis. You might be a rare breed in your company, so to speak, where you're big on this data analytics, you're stats trained, you know how to do great modeling, but your company's afraid of what you've produced. So you need to communicate, you need to work with them and establish relationships on how you can move away from this is the way we've always done it to this is a better way or another way or a backup way or a parallel way to support our decisions. Intuition is another way. So some people have been in their business or the industry for a long time where they won't believe in using data. They'll think, well, I know my customer, I know my business better than anyone out there, so why do I need to look at your data? Why do I need to look at your report? So you need to be aware that, some people make decisions based on intuition. And again, you need to communicate with them, work with them, understand them, seek to understand before being understood, right? And then another one is rules of thumb. Well, if I spend this much, I need to get this much in return. So some people won't spend money unless they're guaranteed to get a return. That sounds kind of silly because, of course, you want a return, but sometimes the return isn't immediate. Sometimes you invest money in your business and you won't get the fruit of that or the benefit of that for several months. So if somebody's saying sales are down 20%, we need to grow them, we need to grow sales again, and your solution is to spend $5,000 on increasing our marketing, they might be upset in a month later that they haven't grown their sales much. Well, that $5,000 in marketing is meant to grow the brand or grow the awareness over several months. So you need to explain that to folks, to your constituents, your stakeholders, that sometimes there isn't an immediate impact. A lot of people out there think that when you do data analytics, it's supposed to be the solution to everything, and it's supposed to be an immediate impact. Well, it's not always that way. And then finally, people use the relevant data that's available. And that's your world. But there's a danger in that because of the word relevant data available. Some people use data that's easily available. That doesn't mean it's the right data. Just because you have data doesn't mean you've collected the right data or that you've applied the right analytics to it. We'll talk about that further in the course. But those are the common approaches and things to be aware of when you start working with people who have either done some decision making in the past or might be resistant to the way that you're doing it with data.